So, JR, you have a veterans ranch or the Veterans Ranch. Could you tell our audience what that's all about?
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having us on here today. We are in sunny Lakeland, Florida, which is halfway between Disney World and Tampa, Florida. And we work with veterans, first responders, and kids that lost loved ones in the line of duty through horses. It's known as equine therapy. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put one of these grooming brushes in your hand, get you start working that rhythmic motion of working with a horse, which is really a prey animal. It doesn't know you, it doesn't trust you. So you have to build bonds of trust with that horse, just like you do with people.
So, when you put that in our hands, what are we doing with it? We're brushing and we're stroking, and that's somehow a physical therapy in itself.
Absolutely. It really gets into your psyche. This is one of about 5 different types of brushes you'll use on a horse. Just depending on how dirty it is, you use a different one for the mane and tail that you do anything else, but you're working that rhythmic motion. And like any repetitive motion you're doing, it's not only physical, but it's also mental and psychological. So you start forgetting about the world for a while. They always tell you in sales trainings to leave your problems at the door because they'll be there when you get back. This is absolutely no different. The main thing we want you to start doing, however, is start laying down those heavy coats of burden and really start walking off a new and improved version of yourself.
Yeah, and you're talking about burdens, and we're talking, I mean, let's be real. We're talking PTSD, anxiety, depression, survivor's guilt, um, anything and everything that is basically our mind that's blocking us from moving forward in life.
Well, that's absolutely right. I mean, I get told by veterans all the time that, JR, we don't own PTS. It just gets labeled onto us because, we get talked about the most with it. But there are lots of people who have had traumatic experiences in their lives. Life is 10% of what happens to you, 90% how you react to it. We don't live in that 10% space. That's already happened. We live in that 90% space because let's face it, we're human. We tend to screw up the 90%, 100% of the time. God gave us choice and we don't always make the best ones. And so we're there to help you in that 90% space.